are real men, transforming the world. And we as men are discussing soccer. We're fighting over the shape and the sizes of our women's backside when the world is in flames. And our women are busy sitting in massage parlors, extending their nails. I don't know who they want to scratch. They can't even wipe their backsides. Putting extensions on their heads. I want Peruvian hair. I want Indian hair. I want hair my foot. Why must I go out to someone with fake hair when I can go out to someone with original hair? Fake lips, fake. The honeymoon is over. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Tomorrow morning, we're starting afresh. Tomorrow morning, we're starting afresh. We are going back to factory settings. We are going back to factory settings.
If Africa is not careful, that Americans will give guns to ECOWAS, and France will give guns to ECOWAS, and ECOWAS takes those guns to go and kill people in Niger, we are back to square one, where a black African brother is holding a gun to shoot another African brother based on an American and a Frenchman who is sitting in their countries drinking tea. So while we as Africans are sitting in the graveyard and crying for the passing away of each other, the Americans and the French are at the bank signing checks as to what are the spoils of war. We will be fools as Africans if at this day and age we still don't see the enemy that is standing amongst us in the form of America and France and colonization. In whatever form it comes, unity is our solution. Divided we fall, united we stand.
You see, Traore has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about Traore. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. Traore has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy his uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource. We are selling uranium here. We have no nuclear power. We are just talking, everything is nuclear. We are just selling. Whether the Chinese are paying us the best price or not, we don't know. We are also afraid. What if they walk out of this deal? But Traore, a young man, a soldier, has changed his country. That's why Traore is now building up factories, processing plants of agro-processing, because he has resources. We have these resources. When we say some of these things must not be said in the open, but let's drink coffee and talk about the future of our country, we don't listen to one another. So, Foreign Minister, may your door be open for further engagement, deeper engagement in the national interest of our country, so that we start running, because we are crawling. We must start running. And this country has an opportunity to penetrate Africa, to penetrate the world, but we must run and we must talk to one another so that we get the country going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Traore is being heard as saying, you, the neo-colonizers who have given us the short hand of the stick, you reap where you have not sown. You take our uranium, you take our resources, you take our minerals, and you give us a pittance. You are not going to do it anymore. You, the colonizers who handed over to us systems of governance that cannot work, including electoral commissions, including printing ballots in your own countries, including printing paper currency in your own countries, we will not allow you. He is saying that. You, the colonizers who, when we want to liberate ourselves, you create insurgency, you sow seeds of discord within our ranks, we are not going to allow you to do that.
Traore is doing them. Traore wakes up, dreams them up. Following morning, he makes a pronouncement. It is law. It is policy. Action follows. And I wake up and I say stuff, they look at me and say, what is this man talking about? We need to take it through this stage and that stage. and put it to tender, float the tender. It takes 2 years, then we evaluate, then there are complaints, and there's an interdict. We wait another 4 years. By that time, you have to go and account to the people, and they remove you. Those who came before me did not fail because they didn't have ideas. They did, maybe even better ideas. They just didn't implement them. Why? Because perhaps they failed to appreciate that the structures that are in place are not properly suited to the attainment of quick action. So you need to subvert some of these rules and processes unapologetically.
And I will today just want to share something small, and speak about Capt.Ibrahim Traore, the most loved leader in Africa, and not just only in Africa but in the world. You know, many people I know, many people love Ibrahim Traore, and there are some who just hate Ibrahim Traore. And just tell me today, how do you love Ibrahim Traore? What are you being inspired from Ibrahim Traore? What is inspiring you from Ibrahim Traore? Because you know, you must have something that makes you to love someone. You must have something that inspire you. You must have something for you to come and start to appreciate or hype someone. Because you know, Ibrahim Traore, some people came and maybe asked, why do we always speak about Capt.Ibrahim Traore every time? Why do we have to speak about him always? First of all, let me tell you something. You know, before Capt.Ibrahim Traore came to power, no African leader was able to come and speak there to the former colonizers. No Africans was able to come and speak about the unity of Africa. No Africans youth came and resist and start to speak about the independence, unity, freedom, and again fight against the imperialists, against the foreign policies, foreign powers. No African were able to come and do this. No African was speaking about the border issues. But because of his influence, because of his boldness, because of how he's coming and handle things, that's when Africans have started to awaken and start to do things that they never be seen doing. I have every reason to come and speak about Captain each and every day, because this is one of the leaders who have tried to show the world that what that you have been doing to Africa is not will not continue being done. This is the one of the guy who came boldly and tell French powers that you have to pack your things and go. We don't need you. We don't need to associate anything with you. All that you have done to Africa, to my country, is enough. This is the one of the guy who is giving the European powers, the West powers, a sleepless night, because they have tried their best on how they can eliminate him, but they have failed. This is the one of the guy who is giving ECOWAS a sleepless night, because today we are experiencing war between ECOWAS. They are all fighting against Ibrahim Traore. So this means that this guy is more powerful. This guy is a God sent to Africa. This is the one of the guy who have made African leaders to stand to change their way of governance. African leaders have been there doing things on their own, and Africans were just there watching over everything that's being done in Africa with nothing to say. And today, we are having people coming out, raise their voice, they speak out what they feel like it's something that they have to expose. This is one of the guy who has been able to come and gather Africans together. And Africans today are speaking one language. Africans today are coming and they express their voices. They say whatever they want to say. They send out their message to the foreigners. Now today, we are experiencing a transition governments in Africa. Today, we are having a different kind of leadership in Africa. Because today, African leaders are feeling like if they don't go in a citizen way, if they don't work towards the interests of the Africans, then maybe what happened in Burkina Faso, what's happening in Sierra Leone, what's happening in Nigeria, what's happening in Ivory Coast, then it can happen to their countries too. What happened in Mali, in Niger, It can happen in their countries. You know, today's generation, once Maponga said that today's generation is not a generation of playing with, because you as a leader, you can wake up one day and find yourself hanging on the top of the tree because you just made a mess with the region, with the current generation, which has nothing to play with, which has no time for entertainment, which has no time for manipulation, because they have know who they are, they have know what they want, they have know who they went with their history, and they know what happened, and they cannot go back to that life. That's why today we always say that we have to hype the name of Capt.Ibrahim Traore because he has done a lot. He has bring much change in Africa. He has done a lot of things that most African leaders who have been in power for a very long time, they have not did what he is doing today, what he has done and what he's doing today. I came across video of Duma Boko, the president of Botswana, and he was speaking positively based towards Ibrahim Traore. As he was saying that, you know, today in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore wakes up in the morning and think of something. He speaks out, he addresses, it becomes a law, it becomes a policy. And this is what is supposed to be done in Africa. Because in Africa, we always know that when something has to become a bill or a law or a policy, it can take 5 years.
Traore is doing them. Traore wakes up, dreams them up. Following morning, he makes a pronouncement. It is law. It is policy. Action follows. And I wake up and I say stuff, they look at me and say, what is this man talking about? We need to take it through this stage and that stage and put it to tender, float the tender. It takes 2 years, then we evaluate, then there are complaints, and there's an interdict. We wait another 4 years. By that time, you have to go and account to the people, and they remove you. Those who came before me did not fail because they didn't have ideas. They did. Maybe even better ideas. They just didn't implement them. Why? Because perhaps they failed to appreciate that the structures that are in place are not properly suited to the attainment of quick action. So you need to subvert some of these rules and processes unapologetically.
A president can start today a law, can start today something, and the other president will the one who will pass it to be either to be a bill or not. So it is time of working. It is time of action, but not the time of discussing. Just like this organization that are fighting our leaders like Ibrahim Traore and Sahel regions. This organization has been there for a very long time, like ECOWAS, AU, UN. What have they been doing to Africa? They always have discussion. They always have meetings, summits. But what have they been discussing? All this, their discussion has never bring out solution to the countries of Rwanda. All their discussion has never brought out any idea, any conclusion to the country of Congo. All their discussion has never brought out any conclusion to country of Sudan. And today they want to tell us that all Africans has to go in a democratic way. These are the same people who have come to prove to Africans that democracy is an illusion. Democracy don't work, don't bring any solution here in Africa. Because all that they call themselves are democratic leaders, they're not doing anything. When you go to their countries, their citizens are protesting every day. Their citizens are against the regime every day. So if we have to believe that democracy is the only way that we have to work and they can bring any transition and solution to our countries, then why all these countries which are being called democratic, all these democratic country are not having peace, are not developing? The people of this country are not appreciating their governance. Why are the people who are appreciating and loving their leaders are the people who are living under a democratic government? They have come to prove to us that democracy don't work. Joshua Maponga said that this Africa of today need dictators. The dictators who will come and dictate to the better policies that will transform Africa. Dictatorship is what will make Africa to work and maybe change their way of governance. Because all that we have been believing in, that like a democracy, we have come to realize that it is nothing that it's doing towards Africa. Because I came here today to speak about Ibrahim Traore. I came today to speak about what made us to speak about Traore each and every day, day and night. Because if you want to know that this guy is being loved and being appreciated for what he's doing in Africa, just go in YouTube, just go in internet, search people who are doing contents and speaking about Ibrahim Traore. There are millions of people, millions of Africans, thousands of youths are coming out making contents speaking about Ibrahim Traore and what he's doing in Africa. Why are not they speaking about Museveni? Why are Ugandans not speaking about the best leadership of Museveni, who has been in power for more than 30 years? Why are Kenyans not coming to speak about William Ruto, who has been in power? Why are the Rwandese not coming to speak about Paul Kagame, who has been in power for a very long time? Why are they not coming to speak about these leaders? Because they don't appreciate him. Tinubu has been in power for a very long time. He has been the leader of ECOWAS, chairman for many years. When you go to that country, the country which in Africa having the highest population, the country which is sitting on the top of the best resource like oil. The country, this is the same country, this country that is that's supposed to be ranked as the most developed country, but today Nigeria is being ranked as the most corrupt country, the poorest country in infrastructure, in development, and in everything. Thank you for your time. I say that I want to speak about trade, I'll talk even as a full day. So thank you for your time. Just tell me, how much do you love Captain Ibrahim? What inspired you to come and start to follow and love Ibrahim Traore? Thank you very much for sitting and enjoying my video. If so, then let's meet in the comment section and know what's really happening, because this is your time. Until next time we come and speak much that concerns Africa. Thank you very much and peace out. Stay tuned.